Kitchen Conversations. Today we are entering the third of a 5-part series of lessons of the cards, and so I hope you've joined me in the past, but if you haven't, I'm going to be able to share with you how you play your hand and what it is that's important to you and how do you live with the people that are different than you. I'm sure you noticed that you have a few of those in your home, so I'm going to give a brief review for those of you who are just joining me today, and for those of you who took your test already, you kind of know who you are, and that's really helpful. But we realize that we have 4 basic temperaments, and we each communicate in our own unique style in those basic temperaments. We have the diamonds, those sparkly people who can speak anywhere, at any time, on any subject with or without information. We have the clubs who are almost always right, and they're always in charge, and they know it correctly. There's no quibbling with them. We have the spades that are dig deeply. They bring out the facts. They're more formal and quiet. They're more reserved, and they're very artistic. And then we have the hearts, those peaceful people who are always making sure everybody's okay. As we look at these, we've realized that the top part of this chart are the outgoing people, the energized people, the people who have bright, sparkly eyes. They usually live an urgent lifestyle. They're fast-paced, and they like competition. They really do. On the bottom half of this chart, we find the people that are more slower-paced. They're introverted. They need time to think things through. They process in a quiet mode. On this side of the chart, we find the people who do work. They love work. They're challenged by work. They're very much task-oriented. They want to get a project done. They're more formal. They really don't like being hugged so much. On this side of the chart, we find the people, the diamonds and the hearts, the red people, like to watch work. They are people-oriented. They're always worrying about how are the people feeling. And they're much more informal. They're relaxed. Their houses are more relaxed. And they just enjoy having people in. They don't have to have a plan. These people need a plan. These people don't. These people said, let's just do it. Well, these people say, let's think about it. Today I'm going to take you a little further into our journey of exploring these temperaments by finding out how, if I just see somebody, I don't live with them, they haven't taken the test or given it to me, they haven't gone through that sorting tool that you can get online, how am I going to know maybe who it is? This is probably the least scientific of what we've done. It's the least researched, but it is really quite accurate. I've been doing this for a long time, and I can pick up people pretty well. The first people that I'd like to share with you are diamonds. They're probably the easiest people to see. If you see a diamond, first of all, they're talking a lot with their hands. Their eyes are very sparkly. They're using a loud voice. They have big arm movements. They're engaging a crowd. Lots of people come around them. If you want to see what they look like in dress, they have a very distinctive style of dress. Women, diamonds, love big eyelashes. They love purses that are just sort of large and overflowing and have lots of stuff in them. In fact, probably in the room here today, if I asked you to look in your purse, I would know who the diamonds are because you just kind of dive in. They're big and cavernous, and they have everything you might ever need for any opportunity is in that big purse. Sometimes the purses are fluffy and sparkling. Women diamonds love to wear quite floral dresses. They like ruffles. They like very stylish high heels. They're very in vogue. They like big chunky jewelry. They are just bright people. They're never afraid of fashion. When they talk to you, they lean forward. In fact, a really good diamond hangs on to you. Not only do they hang on to you, even if you start walking away, they continually hang on to you. One of the diamond nurses that I know in our hospital, one of the other nurses said, oh my goodness, yes, this lady had a story to tell. She told the story. She hung on to me. We walk down to the elevator. She's still telling the story. She gets on the elevator and rides down 5 floors just to finish her story. So you know them by their stories. They're friendly, talkative, expressive, warm, and huggy. How do you know if you've been to a diamond's home? Well, their homes are very comfortable. They may be quite cluttered. A diamond's closet, well, if the diamond gets her stuff or his stuff in the closet, that's good. It's often around here. It's very much out and open, and they just sort of shove it in the closet, shove the door shut, and sometimes I've had a closet I've opened and gone like this so I don't get hit. That's a diamond. Their homes are very soft and comfortable. There's lots of pictures of friends and family. There's blankets. There is comfort food. Very casual. Everyone is welcome in their home. They aren't worried about if things are put away. They just say, come on in, the way it is, it is. How do you know them if you have a diamond at work? Well, their workspace is somewhat like that. It's very cluttered. There's stuff all over. There's mugs and pictures and soft pillows if possible. They will have pictures of their dogs and their friends up. They will have flowers. They will have bright colors. One of my dear friend's office has bright shoes in her office that she has collected. Very diamond person. How would you know a diamond man, though? I mean, men have to wear suits to work. Well, a really good diamond man still breaks the rules. He'll wear a bright shirt, and if he can't wear a bright shirt, for sure he'll have a bright tie on, and maybe even bright socks. We just try to brighten up the world. Diamonds are the bright spots in the world. They're outgoing and twinkly and happy. A bright diamond man will always have a great story for you. Always be warm and friendly. Always have a new great idea. Next great idea. A diamond will self-describe themselves as a communicative person. They communicate. That's one of their biggest gifts that they bring. They will also tell you that they're compassionate. They are deeply feeling people. And I already told you, emotionally, they kind of are either happy or ticked off or happy. They don't stay one way for a long time. And I do know that sometimes spades, and remember we said Adam and Eve kind of set the stage for 2 parts becoming one and cleaving together. We marry our opposite often. So a spade is married to a diamond. And the spade knows how to do it perfectly, so spends much of his or her time calming down this diamond, getting them shaped up, put in the right place. Story is told of a spade surgeon, which, by the way, I think I'd like a surgeon that was a spade. I want my surgeon to be very deep and analytical, to know exactly what he's doing or she's doing, to have it really well planned out. I don't think I want a diamond surgeon. Diamond surgeon would go, oh, oops, extra liver here, I don't know what to do with it. Oh, well, you don't want that. So you want this person here to be deeply thoughtful who's doing your surgery. Know of a spade surgeon who was on his 3rd diamond wife and regretting the fact that every time he marries these fun people and finally gets them shaped up, they become not so much fun anymore. And then he needs to trade them in. Do you see, we don't want to do that. We want to appreciate in life the differences we bring to the table. So let's look at a little bit more about the other people in this puzzle that we can figure out. Now, told you the motto in life for this person, diamonds, if it's worth doing, it's gotta be fun. Make sure the diamonds that you know are having enough fun. Make sure of that. The next easiest people for me to just spot by walking and seeing them are the spades. Where is their place in the deck? Well, their place in the deck is right there in that solid corner. How do they look? A great spade is probably my favorite thing to look at. Let me tell you, spade men are a work of art. Their suit is impeccable. It looks like they just stepped out of Gentleman's Quarterly. Their suit matches. It goes well with their shirt. It matches with their ties. Their shoes are polished. They're never scuffed. They're impeccable. They're tied beautifully. Their hair, I swear, a spade man's hair never grows. You just never see, you know, most other men you can kind of see over here when you got a new haircut. My husband saves his money for a long time so that he can really get a youthful haircut. So you really see the difference when the hair's cut. Great spade, you cannot even know. I swear their hair doesn't grow. Their suits are perfect, and they walk with a very flat, perfect back. They walk very straight. Spade women are kind of the same way. Their clothes match so well. Their jewelry is small and it matches perfectly. They're more likely the people who wear the jewelry sets that totally match. They don't wear big clinky clangy jewelry, but it's very, very well done jewelry. Their suits, like I said, are impeccable. Their tops and bottoms always match. They never look like they grabbed one thing out of the closet and said, oh, well, what else will I wear, and grab the other thing. It just never looks that way. Their purses are very small and concise. They're often leather. They sit very well. They have the little feet underneath, so they stand well. And if you open up their purses, oh my goodness, it's a work of art, a total work of art. Inside, most of them will have little bags and pouches, perfectly put. I doubt you would ever see a spade take the wrong purse with her outfit. Her ensemble will always match, and her purse will often match her shoes, which that doesn't happen in any other temperament. And this purse has the little bags, and she has learned to pull the little bags out and move them easily into the next purse, which is a talent these three people can't pull off. They just can't. Hair is always really well done, as I said. Their speech is accurate and concise. They don't bubble over with long tails. But when they speak, it has been well thought out. In fact, they're really frustrated with most of the rest of us because they don't think we put our mind into action before we put our mouth into gear. The rest of you know what I mean, okay? They have smaller movements. Spades and hearts are drained by people. Diamonds and clubs are energized by people. One of my really dear friends, a spade who also speaks and has done a lot of speaking with me, said this of one of our speaking engagements. She goes, you know, my husband said I can only do 2 of these speaking engagements next year because when I come home from these women's retreats, I'm absolutely drained. I'm absolutely exhausted. I have given everything I have, and her speech that she presents to the group is very concise, very well planned out. She rehearses it a great deal. I go, oh my goodness, that's so different than me. We're at the same retreat. I said, I fly home faster than the airplane. I am totally energized by all of these women. The minute I get done, I can go again. How different are we? Isn't it amazing? Now, if you go into the house of a spade, that's your best clue. These people's houses, it's my dream. I want a house that looks like spades houses. A spade's house is a vision of perfection. What else can I say? They would have no clutter on this counter, trust me. It would just not even be here. Whatever's there was a planned idea. Whatever potted plant is there is perfect. A really true good spade home will often have the table set for the next meal. The placemats will be out, the napkin in the napkin ring for the next meal. I don't even know what the next meal is. I can't even think about it. Theirs is done. The house is perfect. One of my cousin's homes, who is a spade, loved going to her house. All of her CDs are lined up alphabetically. It's quite easy to find one. At my house, I'm only glad they happen to get on the rack and aren't laying on the floor. So if you're in a home of a spade, you will know just by the order and the calmness that pervades there and the order and perfection that's there. They do like to entertain, but it's done very formally. It's very much of a plan for their entertainment. How do you know if you're working with a spade? Well, their workspace is also very much like they are. My boss that I've had that was a spade, I swear she didn't do any work, but I know that isn't true. But her desk was always clean, and her in basket never had more than one piece of paper in it. I'm baffled. I have no clue how to make that happen. But that was her in basket. She truly was very good at one-handling a piece of paper and then throwing it in the trash. The work area is very well appointed. Whatever's there is organized and stacked well. The books are lined up nicely on the shelf. And the artwork is again, very formal, very nice, very pleasant. And the room just exudes calm. Self-describer of a spade is, I am predictable. I am a fact finder. I am correct. I analyze things before I speak. Spades are amazing. We need to recognize and honor our spades. Understand their place in the deck. Understand that what they do, they need to do perfectly or not at all. In contrast to our diamond, remember, has to be fun. Has to be fun. Often married to each other. Can we see a problem there? We can. It's understanding that. It's accepting that. It's recognizing the values both of us bring to creating this relationship, whether that's at work or in our homes. Understanding that. Okay, let's move on to the next person. This person is less easy to identify. I'm going to talk about the clubs. Where's their place in the deck? How do we know who is a club when we just see them? Club's appearance is not as marked as the diamond's appearance or the spade's appearance. A good club, remember, they're pretty much all business. Just the facts, ma'am. Let's get down to it. Let's get this job done. So they're very businesslike. They like suits. They like good, sturdy things. They like useful things. They don't want to waste their money. They don't really want to spend a lot of time shopping, though they want to look good. So you will find a club in a basic suit. Probably own a black one, maybe a navy one, maybe a gray one, good and solid. They're going to buy good and solid shoes. Where the spade really likes gentleman quarterly things. They like being on cutting edge of look. They will spend a lot of effort making sure they have the Italian loafer and the socks that look really good with the bottom of the pants. Clubs aren't so worried, they just need some socks, dark preferably. Wingtips are good for spade men because you can get them resold. They have a lot of value. Spade women are more likely to wear a strong and sturdy shoe. They're not going to wear high heels. These two women, right here and here, love high heels. These love just the fluffy ones with feathers and lace and diamonds and sparkles. These people don't want that. They want a good leather high heel, but want it to be quite trendy and again match the ensemble. These people just need a good sturdy work shoe. Needs to carry them around, get the job done, right? So much more basic business-like. They're going to walk at work. These people walk really fast and firmly. Power walk. They're going to talk fast. They're going to talk quite loud. Not as humorous as these, but they're going to talk quite loudly. Great key identifier for a club is the fact that clubs like to point and talk. They're very pointy people. They'll say you. They're very dominant and driving in that sense. They are blunt. They're not going to beat around the bush. They're not going to soften it for the people who need a simple lesson. They just go, do it my way. Now, okay? And their purses, oh, we're going to talk about purses, can't forget purses. A club will have a very good, solid leather purse, preferably with sections that zip shut. This purse should last a long time. It's going to be in black, probably navy. Yeah, that's it, black or navy. And like I said, it snaps and is durable and strong, and you can take it around the world and it will still be with you. Sturdy. How would you know a club at home? Well, their home is a little less easy to define than these two people's homes, but it's good. It's probably clean and tidy, very functional, good furniture, doesn't have to match everything. But needs to be comfortable, needs to wear well, it needs to be efficient. If they have artwork, it's very much status artwork. Remember, this person needs to say, this is who I am. So they're going to have status artwork. This person's artwork is going to really match the decor. Everything needs to go together really well in a spades home. So the artwork will blend with the decor. This person's artwork is just up there because they like it. It doesn't have to go with anything. It can be like it, can have fluffy things hanging off of it. It can make all the rest of you kind of crazy, but it's fun for them. Their artwork is going to be about status, their place in life. And they also enjoy hosting people over. They like having people over because they want somebody to be their audience. They need somebody to listen to them because they always know what's right. And so they like to share that. How would you know them at work? Well, their office is going to look a little different. Remember, her office was lots of fun, fluffy, stuff all over. Her office was very organized, nothing on the desk, inbox that's empty. Her inbox is running over. This person's inbox is also piled up, but it's not too high. The desk doesn't have to be designer. It doesn't have to be particularly pleasing. Sturdy would be good. But often there's a large chair behind a club to give it that authority that is needed. On the wall, you're going to find the college graduation certifications and all the important documents to list how important the club is. All there. Show that. And the artwork could be for reasons of showing that this person has some power. And it's pretty no-nonsense. No frills, nothing much. Very basic office. Self-describers of this person, they say they're adventurous, they say they're skillful, and they're competitive. A club loves competition. Probably the most personality that most likes competition. So that's one reason you're going to find the club. Their closets are tidy. This person's closets, oh my goodness, I got to go back here. Missed something here. Got to go back to the spades. This person's closets are a work of art. When I was a young girl, my family took only one vacation. We went to Washington in the year I was 12. And we went to somebody's house, I'm clueless whose home it was. Partway through the afternoon, all the women were sitting around the living room, and the mother says, "You must come and see Erica's closet." So they dragged me along, I'm 12. The mother flings open Erica's closet. In that very moment, I became very ill. I mean, you remember I said my closet's just sort of in there, get it in, shut the door? Erica's closet was a vision of perfection. White short-sleeve blouses, long short-sleeve blouses, white long-sleeve blouses, colored short-sleeve blouses, colored long-sleeve blouses, skirts, slacks, dresses, shoes across the bottom, just like that. In fact, a true spade man, the inside of his suit coat is a total work of art. Things are lined up. They're never left without something. They never have bulgy pockets. That would never happen. But the suit coat has the colored pens, the pen light, everything there, everything perfect. In fact, a really great spade rotates his suits so that you don't wear them too much. They go around. They have a method for the closet. Method will never come into this person's mind, rarely into this person's mind, and neither into this person's mind. It's very unique to the spades in your life. Okay, get down here to the hearts. Their place in the deck, well, they're another person that's a little harder to pick up because they are very casual in appearance. They're relaxed, their clothes are very soft, comfortable, My daughter's best friend said, I go shopping like this with my eyes closed and I just feel till it feels right. And that's what I buy. My husband only buys one color pants and one color socks because then he doesn't have to make a decision. You just put on the khaki trousers and everything else will go with it. In fact, one time I found a really pretty suit for my husband. It was a soft green. It looked great on him. We were ready to buy it. He said, I think I'll take this suit, which was huge because buying new things is very difficult for hearts. Got this new suit and the man said, well, you need a shirt with this suit. And I said, of course we will. We will need an ecru shirt. And my husband visibly leaned back and said, I only wear white shirts. And I said, well, you can't wear a white shirt with this green suit. It needs an ecru shirt. To which he said, then we will not be buying this suit. I only want to pick one shirt and I want to know that it looks good. So your hearts are much more likely to have a very basic, easygoing, casual clothing. Their home is very casual and comfortable. Come on in. They don't often entertain because it's a little bit much work. Their workspace also, very casual, open door policy. Come on in. Plans are not a big deal. Their self-describers are responsible, helpful, dependable. Remember, they like work, they like to watch work and wait for the easier way. As we close today, I ask you again, in the Lessons of Cards, where are you? Are you a diamond? Are you a club? Are you a spade or are you a heart? And who are the people that live in your home and work with you? Can you pick it out by just looking at them? Can you start getting a feeling for who they are? Because as we move forward next week, we're going to start talking about learning to speak the language that these different temperaments need to hear. The people in your life need to hear certain things, and you can be so much more effective if you know what to say. As we end up today, I want to make sure that you have gone to our website, that you have completed the sorting tool so you know better whom you are. So go online to www.sls-tv.com, offload our sorting tool, and then you'll be back next week with us when you can join right in and understand how we can speak a language that someone else says. We can say the words they need to hear. So until next week, when you come back and join me in the kitchen, I want you to stay well. I want you to be happy. And I want you to start appreciating the different people that are in your deck of life.